Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Satya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam online classes in Science NIOS. Chapter is Atoms and Molecules in that part 2. We already heard about the part 1. What we learnt so far, let us just recall. Laws of chemical combination. For any chemical reaction to take place, there will be some laws behind it. First one is called law of conservation of mass. During any chemical reaction, the mass of the reactants will be equal to mass of the product. It is called law of conservation of mass. There will be no loss. And also you have seen law of definite proportions, where the ratio of the reactants and the product will be in the simple ratios. And also we have seen laws of multiple proportions. When an element combines with the two or more other elements, the ratio with which the first element combined with the other will be in simple ratios. We take an example of carbon with oxygen. When carbon reacts with oxygen, it forms two oxides, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide. So the carbon is fixed there. The ratio of oxygen in carbon monoxide, it is 1:1. In carbon dioxide, it is 1:2. So like that, the ratio will be same, and that is what is called a law of multiple proportions. Dalton's atomic theory, John Dalton, an England scientist who gave a very good foundation for the modern chemistry, who gave the postulates, and even now also it is famous, even though there are a lot of changes have taken place in that. They are called Dalton's atomic theory postulates. And also you have seen what is meant by an atom. Atom is the smallest particle of an element, which is indivisible, or it cannot be split up into more fundamental particles. But of course, now the definition has become little more deeper, where it is proved that atom can be split up into protons, neutrons and electrons. Also we have seen what is meant by atomic number. This atomic number is represented by the symbol Z. So the Z means atomic number, and that represents the number of protons or number of electrons present in an atom. That is what is called as atomic number, denoted by the symbol Z. So these are the things we have already learnt, and let us see some of the homeworks. And also we have seen about atomic mass. Atomic mass, we call it as A is the sum of the number of protons and neutrons. That is what is called as atomic mass. And also you have seen that there are some elements which have got different atoms, of which have different mass numbers, but same protons, and they are called as isotopes, occupying the same place. For example, hydrogen has 3 isotopes. The mass of hydrogen is 1, that is called hydrogen. If the mass is 2, we call it as deuterium. If the mass is 3, we call it as tritium. Here the atomic number is same, that is 1, and mass number is 1, 2, 3. They are called as isotopes. So iso means same, top means place, occupying the same place. So this change happens because of the different number of neutrons. Here protons are same, electrons are same. That is why every atom is electrically neutral. Number of protons is equal to number of electrons. But neutrons will vary. So when the neutrons varies, we have what are called as isotopes. That also you have seen in the previous class. Coming to home assignments, the first question is name the scientist who proposed the law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. It was Antoine Lavoisier, a French scientist, who proposed the law of conservation of mass, and Joseph Proust, again a French scientist, who proposed the law of constant proportions. So second question, 12 grams of magnesium powder was ignited. So magnesium plus oxygen gives magnesium oxide. There is a reaction. I think you have already seen how the magnesium burns, right? If you take a ribbon, a small thin strip of magnesium, heat it in spirit lamp or Bunsen burner. What do you observe? It burns with a dazzling white color, isn't it? And why does it burn? Because it takes oxygen. So here is an experiment. They are taking magnesium powder, 12 grams, having 20 grams of oxygen. They made to combine with 20 grams of oxygen. After the reaction, we found that 12 grams of oxygen was left unreacted. So only 8 grams are used. Show that it is according to the law of constant proportion. So 12 grams of oxygen is unreacted. So amount of oxygen used is 20 minus 12, that is 8 grams. So what the amount of magnesium we have taken is 12 grams. It combines with 8 grams of oxygen. Ratio becomes 12:8. That is 4 3s are 4 2s are 3:2. This is what we expected for MgO. That is 24 grams of magnesium reacted with 18 grams of oxygen, or 12 grams of magnesium will react with 8 grams of oxygen. Hence the law of constant proportion. So the ratio remains the same. That is why it is called as law of constant proportions. That is the homework we have seen. I think some of you might have done it. Coming to topics of today, we start with the discussion on molecule. In the first lesson, we have learnt about atoms. So when two or more atoms combine, then we get what is called molecule. A molecule is the smallest particle of an element or of a compound which can exist alone or freely under ordinary conditions. So when you say molecule of an element, so for example you have oxygen, molecule is called O2, atom is O. Similarly, if you have hydrogen, that is a molecule of hydrogen, and nitrogen, and you have chlorine. These are called molecules of elements. And coming to compounds, we have molecule of water or carbon dioxide or methane, ammonia, methane, etc. All these are called molecules of compounds. Here there are different elements. There it is the same element. So it exists freely. So water exists freely. Carbon dioxide also freely. under ordinary conditions. So, a molecule of substance shows all chemical properties of that substance. When you say H2O, the smallest particle of water contains all the properties of water. So, when you say CO2, it is a molecule of carbon dioxide, all the properties of carbon dioxide, that is the meaning. To describe the chemical composition of a molecule, we take help of symbols of elements and formulas. So, these are all the things. This is what is called formula. These are the formulas. So, here this H, O, C, etc. are called as symbols. What is H? H is hydrogen, C carbon, O oxygen, N nitrogen, etc. Formulas may be H2, O2, N2, etc. It may be H2O, it may be CO2, etc., etc. So, when you say molecule, we use the symbols and formulas. For example, gases like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So, there is a name for this. Fluorine is F2, chlorine is Cl2, bromine is Br2, iodine is I2. Please note, when the gases of this type are there, they will be usually diatomic. What do you mean di? Di means 2, tri means 3, tetra means 4, penta means 5, hexa means 6, hepta means 7, octa means 8. Okay. So, hydrogen, that is the formula for hydrogen is H2, oxygen O2, N2. They are all diatomic, means they contain 2 atoms. Okay, these are the figures. Is it nice? Okay, you can also draw this. So, this is how a hydrogen molecule is. The nitrogen molecule. These are also called covalent compounds, covalent elements, and they become covalent compounds. The bond is called covalent bond here. We are going to study that later. So, a representation of diatomic molecules. Hydrogen is H2, nitrogen is N2, fluorine is F2, and Cl2 chlorine, Br2 bromine, I2, and also you should note, except these two, all these 4 are called as, anybody? Halogens. What do you mean halogens? Salt producers. Halo means salt, gen means producers. For example, salt of fluorine is called as fluoride. Fluoride, calcium fluoride, magnesium fluoride, etc. Salts of chlorine is called chloride, bromide, iodide, etc. So, these are the figures of diatomic molecules. Then immediately you can think, what about 3 or 4, etc. They are also there. We will see some of the figures. For example, these are the polyatomic elements. Poly means many. So, for example, phosphorus, it has got 4 atoms, therefore, the formula is P4. This is the structure, how it is formed. In terms of sulfur, it is S8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, that is why you write it as S8. Phosphorus and sulfur, these are called polyatomic molecules. Poly means what? Many. Atomic means number of atoms. Polyatomic molecules. And elements like phosphorus, sulfur, etc. are called polyatomic molecules. And molecules of compounds are composed of more than one kind of atoms. For example, H2O, water, ratio of hydrogen oxygen is 2:1. Wherever you take any sample of water, it invariably contains hydrogen oxygen ratio of 2:1. That is what is called as constant proportion, law of constant proportion. Similarly, ammonia, the two elements are nitrogen and hydrogen. The ratio is 1:3. Ethyl alcohol, here C2H5OH, that is a organic compound. Here the elements are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen will be there. Coming to molecular mass, is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms present in the molecule. For example, molecular formula of a compound is normally used for determining the molecular mass of the substance. For example, if you want to find molecular mass of water, molecular mass of water is equal to, what is the formula of water? H2O. Atomic mass of hydrogen, that is 1.008. We take it as 1. So 1 into 2. Atomic mass of oxygen, 16. So 16 plus 2 becomes 18. And if you want to write in gram molecular mass, we write 18 grams. Gram molecular mass is 18 grams. Okay. So molecular formula of a compound is normally used for determining the molecular mass. Is how you do it. Just add the different atomic mass of different elements. Similarly, you can take of carbon dioxide, it will be atomic mass of carbon is 12, atomic mass of oxygen is 16 into 2, 32 plus 12 becomes 44. Is it not? That is how the molecular mass is determined. Say this is the molecule of water. Formula is H2O. Ratio is 2:1. 2 atoms of hydrogen combines with 1 atom of oxygen. In case of ammonia, there are 2 elements, namely nitrogen and hydrogen. The ratio is 1:3. And this is ethyl alcohol. And these bonds are called covalent bonds, about which you are going to study later. Your formula is C2H5OH. So that OH group is called as alcohol group. That's why the name ethyl alcohol. Also popularly it is called as ethanol. The popular name is ethanol. Okay. So this is the molecular structure of these 3 compounds. Now coming to molecular mass of carbon dioxide. Just now I was telling orally. Yesterday we have seen it is represented by the word U. What is U? U means atomic mass unit. The total atomic mass unit is called as U. AMU. Actually the short form, abbreviation form is AMU. This AMU is shortly represented as U. So 1 into 12U, that is of carbon, becomes 12U. 2 carbon oxygen atoms. So 1 oxygen is 16 into 2 becomes 2 into 16, that is becomes 32. So 32U means if you add these two, how much you get? Mass of carbon dioxide is 44U. That is called molecular mass. This mass here is molecular mass. Molecular mass of carbon dioxide is 44U, right? And the same thing if you write in grams, we call it as GMM. Please note these names because if you go to science in PUC, we use all short forms or abbreviations. GMM means gram molecular mass of carbon dioxide is equal to, we use the word 44 grams. There it is equal as U. Now we use the word grams. Okay. Now for substances which are not molecular in nature, when we use the word formula mass, especially for ionic compounds, like what do you mean ionic compounds? They are compounds formed by the transfer of ions. For example, sodium chloride is there. Similarly, you have copper sulfate, ionic compound. You have hydrochloric acid, hydrogen chloride, hydrochloric acid, or you can take sulfuric acid, okay, or silver nitrate, etc., etc. They are called ionic compounds formed by the transfer of ions. Here, so formula mass, use the word called formula mass. There it is covalent bond, here it is ionic bond. Here you use the word molecular mass, here you use the word formula mass. Of course, practically speaking both are same. This is formula means the same thing, nothing but molecular. So formula mass of sodium chloride NaCl is mass of one Na atom plus mass of one chlorine atom. And what is the mass of one Na sodium atom? 23U. And mass of one chlorine atom is 35.5. If you add it, you get 58.5 U, means atomic mass unit. If you write in grams, 58.5 grams, that is called as gram formula mass, and about which you are going to study in a higher class. That is a problem on that. Now next one is what is called as mole concept. See, suppose you go to a shop and ask for a rice, and you don't say give me some rice. If you should just show the bag or a container and say give me rice, they won't give. If you want some jaggery, give me some jaggery, they won't give. You must tell correctly what is the quantity, some measurement be there, okay. If you say jaggery, you say 1 kg or half kg or 2 kg, like that. Rice also, that is the unit of measuring it, right. Suppose somebody asks about time, what is the time now? Of course, they look up and see the sun and say it is around 11 o'clock. That is approximate. But anyway, time must be in terms of hour, minutes and seconds. Is it not? How we measure it? And suppose you want some milk, give me some milk. If you go to a milk shop and ask for give me some milk, then you must say is it 1/4 kg or half kg or 1 kg, like that. Or you can tell in terms of liters, use the word liter there, half liter, 1 liter, etc., right. So they are all measuring quantities. Similarly, in this atomic physics, or also called as nuclear physics, nuclear chemistry here. So what we have, we are measuring a unit using a unit called mole, M-O-L-E. It is a substance, the amount of substance that contains as many elementary entities, means it may be about atoms or molecules, formula units, ions, etc. As there are atoms in exactly 0.012 kg, nothing but 12 grams of carbon isotope. So, a mole is the amount of substance that contains number of atoms or number of molecules or number of formula units, and this atom comes in the case of elements, molecules comes in the case of compounds, formula unit comes in the case of ionic compounds. In this quantity, what is this carbon 12? Carbon 12 is called the isotope. As you know, carbon has got 4 isotopes. One is carbon 12, and another one is carbon 13. I got carbon 14 and carbon 11 also. These are called isotopes of carbon. And in these isotopes, carbon 12 is taken as a standard. And because the mass is almost equal to 12 point something, so that is why this is taken as standard. Number of atoms of a particular element in carbon 12 is the number of molecules present in one given compound. All will be equal. That is what is called as a mole. So, in this word mole was introduced by Wilhelm Ostwald. T is silent there, Ostwald. And in 1896 he introduced the word mole, who derived the term from the Latin word moles, meaning a heap or piles. Of course, in your ordinary language, we also use what is called mole. You know, some of the persons will have mole, black thing, maybe in the neck or hand, etc. Is it not? Wherever you go, they identify by that, especially when some theft case take place, some murder take place, some other things. Then the person is identified by the mole. He has a mole in the left cheek, he has a mole in the right hand, like that they say. That can't be changed. Nobody can wipe it up. Is it not? That is how I identify a person. That is called mole there, M-O-L. Here it is M-O-L-E. M-O-L-E is a unit of measurement. And here actually it was taken from a Latin word. In English it means heap or pile. So, whose symbol is, usually write it as MOL. As you read GMS for grams, kg for kilograms, MOLB is written as MOL. It is the SI unit. What do you mean SI? SI means System International. And System International has got some standard units. That is all over the world it is followed. That is why the word international. For example, length. SI unit of length is meter. The SI unit of mass is kilograms. The SI unit of time is seconds. Similarly, mole is the SI unit of the measuring amount of substance. It is the number of atoms in 12 grams of carbon 12. This is called gram atomic mass. Number of atoms, GAM, gram atomic mass, or it may be number of molecules in gram molecular, number of ions, like that they are called fundamental particles. The number of atoms are present in 12 grams of carbon atom. And what is that number? The number is a very, very special number, and that special number is called Avogadro number. 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. Exactly it is 6.023. Don't think that it is a very small number. It's a very big number. That means 6 followed by 23 zeros. Not a small number. That means 12 grams of carbon will have so much of atoms. That is the meaning. Or 16 grams of oxygen will have so many atoms. Okay, that is what is called as Avogadro's number. Repeat that word Avogadro 5-6 times unless you become practice, until you become the. It is an Italian scientist. His full name is Amedeo Avogadro. Avogadro. It's a world famous number. When this number is divided by a mole, it becomes a constant. So this number divided by mole, that is called as Avogadro's number, constant, called Na. That value is 6.02 in 10 to the power of 23. This exact number is shortly called 6.023. Sometimes they will write it as 6 also. Anyway, 10 to the power of 23 is important, 6 is important. Small change in decimals, no problem. That -1 means per mole. Per mole. So what you have to do is, the number divided by mole becomes a constant, and that constant is called as Avogadro's constant. Now let us see what is meant by molar mass. Mass of 1 mole of substance is called molar mass. For example, carbon 12 we say, or mass of 1 mole of oxygen is 16 grams per mole, and oxygen mass of 1 mole of molecules of oxygen, these atoms, molecules, 32 grams per mole, and both of these contain the same number of, it contains the same number of atoms, that is this number, Avogadro number. This also same number of molecules, that is this number. So that is what is called as molar mass. And this is the example or a table which shows the formulas of different molecules and also molecular mass, and that is molar mass. So that is grams per mole. This is atomic mass units, that is told in terms of grams. Okay, of course both are same. For example, oxygen is O2. 1 atom of oxygen weighs about 16. So when you say O2, 16 into 2, 32. 1 mole. 1 chlorine is 35.5, 1 Cl, 1 atom. Into 2 becomes 71 grams. Phosphorus is 123.9. Methane is 16. How you get 16? 12 plus 4. 4 hydrogen, 12 carbon, becomes 16. NH3 17, N is 14, H3 is 3, 14 plus 3. So if I write in terms of U, this is the figure. If I write in terms of gram, this is the figure. And these are the sum of the, for example, HCl is 36.5, CO2 carbon dioxide is 44, sulfur dioxide is 64, ethyl alcohol is 46, benzene is 78. How to get 78? C6, that is 12 into 6, 72, H6 plus 6, 72 plus 6 becomes 78. Same thing if you write in grams, it becomes 78 grams. Okay, and some more are there. So now let us work out two problems on this. How many grams are there in 3.5 moles of oxygen? For that you must know 1 mole of oxygen will be 32 grams. Why 32? 16 into 2 grams per mole. Now for 3.5 mole means 3.5 into 32, that will be 112 grams. How you got it? 32 into 3.5. Is it alright? This is the mass of 1 mole. There are 3.5 moles. Multiply this, you get 112 grams. Okay? This is a very simple question, but you must know, understand the meaning correctly. What is mole and what is the mass, etc., etc. Coming to second question. Find out number of molecules in 27 grams of water. For finding number of molecules, you must know Avogadro number. What you call it as N, right? It will be 6.023 or 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23 in 1 mole. So first you must find out how many moles it will be. In 27 grams means how many moles you must know. Then you should know what is 1 mole of water. So number of mole of water is mass of molecular mass of water divided by molar of water. So number grams of water we have taken is 27 divided by molecular mass, that is 18. How do you get 18? 2 grams of hydrogen combines with 16 grams of oxygen. 2 plus 16 becomes 18. This is 27 given. So how many moles you have taken? Number of moles of water is equal to 27 by 18. So 9 3s are 9 2s are 3 by 2, that is 1.5 mole. Problem is not over. That is the mole only understood. Then you must find out number of molecules is the question. Now you are converting into molecules. How do you do it? So we know that 1 mole of water contains Avogadro number. This number is called as Avogadro number, N. So 1.5 means how much? So 1.5 into N, that will be equal to 9.03 into 10 to the power of 23 molecules of water. Okay. Now coming to home assignment. First question, work out a relation between the number of molecules and mole. Second question, what is molecular mass? In what way it is different from the molar mass? Molecular mass, molar mass. Consider reaction C plus O2. Here C is a solid here, not 5. S stand for solid. Carbon. When burns with oxygen forms carbon dioxide. 18 grams of carbon was burnt in oxygen. How many moles of carbon dioxide is produced? So that is the question. What is the molar mass of NaCl? That is sodium chloride. It is ionic compound. That is the next question. Okay, you will come prepared. Okay, on the basis of what you have studied just now, work out this problem. Come prepared for the next class. Okay, so wish you all best of luck. Thank you.